Hey, easy. Just stay still for me, okay? You're alright. You're in a secure Vought medical room. Very private, very quiet, and very expensive. So, you're already getting the premium experience. Just take a slow breath, okay? Good. There, see? You're safe. Now, I'm the medic assigned to you tonight. Nothing dramatic. Just going to check you over, make sure everything is settled, and then we'll get you resting properly. Right, so it says here, incident involving a member of the Seven. Okay, that narrows it down to not very much. But I guess that's above my pay grade. That's fine. We work with what we have. Now, can you look at me for a second? Good. Just follow my finger. Slowly. Left. And back. Right. And back. Perfect. That's good tracking. Nice and steady. No need to rush. You're doing really well. Very well, actually, but then you are a soup. And you're also better than some of the board members after a brunch meeting with Homelander. That's not official in your notes. Take another slow breath for me. Good. Okay. I'm just going to check your pulse. Stay relaxed. There. Nice and steady. That's what I like. Everything is calming down properly. Don't worry, there won't be more sudden changes or surprises. Although, around here that is quite rare. Anyway, I need to ask you a few basic questions. Nothing difficult, just to make sure you're fully with me. Can you tell me your name? Good. And do you know where you are? Okay, I did just tell you. Okay, perfect. Yeah, well, specifically you're on Vought Tower medical level, in the nicer room. Someone must like you. Or the legal department insisted, I'm not sure which. Either way, congratulations. Do you remember what happened? Only what you're comfortable telling me and what I'm allowed to hear. I don't want to be taken into one of the back rooms. There's no pressure. Okay, right. It makes sense now. A training demonstration. Of course. We do get a lot of those, usually followed by a memo titled Unexpected Structural Adjustment. Very normal, very Vought. But you're all right. That's the important thing. You're here, you're stable, and now you're being looked after. Okay, I'm just going to check your arm now. Just keep it relaxed. You don't need to move it for me. I'll do the work. You just recover. Okay, that is... Right. Your arm is currently not where I expected it to be. I'm going to ask this very calmly. Is this normal for you? Okay, but, whatever you do and it's your body, right? So, good. Okay, so we're just going to treat that as normal. Okay, wonderful. That makes my evening easier. I'll just make a note. Limb separation appears voluntary Or at least not immediately concerning. There we go. Very professional. Very reassuring. Vought loves adaptable language. Can you wiggle your fingers for me? Wow. Excellent. So everything is still responding. That's actually impressive. I won't make a big thing of it. Around here, if I reacted every time someone did something unusual with their body, I'd never finish a shift. Let's just get you comfortable. Sorry. There, is that better? Good. I'm just going to clean this area gently, nothing intense. Just making sure everything is settled. You may feel a bit of coolness from the wipe. That's all. Nice and slowly. You're doing well. All jokes aside, you're doing really well. Just keep breathing normally. Good. I know Vought medical rooms can feel a little clinical and not very human. That's mostly because they are. But you're safe here, honestly. Private room, controlled environment. No press, no live streams, no accidental hallway photos. We do try to maintain standards. Well, most days. There you go. All clean. Now I'm just going to place a light dressing here. Nice and gentle. It's okay, you don't need to watch me do this. You can just listen. Let your eyes soften, let your shoulders drop. You don't need to hold yourself perfectly still. Just comfortably still, you know. There is a difference. Good. That's sitting nicely. Now, just to be sure, I'm going to check your breathing properly. No need to perform or anything. People always breathe weirdly when I say I'm checking their breathing. Like you're making sure you're doing it correctly. Just, you know what, forget I said anything. Pretend I'm not here. Except I very much am. And I do need you to breathe, so maybe a normal amount of forgetting. Good. Actually very steady. Everything is settling properly. That's exactly what we want. Now, for the higher-ups, because this was an incident involving the Seven, I do need to ask whether Homelander was directly involved. Right, okay. That does explain the room upgrade. Again, you're safe. Everything is being handled. And by handled, I mean in the calm medical sense, not the PR sense. Although, I imagine they are also handling it very enthusiastically. But you don't need to worry about that. Your job is much simpler. Rest, recover, avoid interviews. Preferably in that order, unless PR catch you as well. I'm just going to check your eyes once more. Just follow the light. It's soft, not bright. There we go. Left. Right. Good. Up slightly. And down. Perfect. No concerns there. You're alert. Responsive. calm. That's a very good combination. Much better than alert, responsive, and trying to leave through a wall. We've had that before. Not you, just generally. Alright, let's get you a sip of water. There you go. Just a small sip. No rushing. Perfect. You know, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. Your body is settling, your breathing is steady. Your responses are clear. Everything is moving in the right direction. Now I'm just going to check your temperature. You'll hear a small little noise. There you go. Nice and easy. And, that looks good. Very normal. Which, given the rest of your presentation, is almost suspiciously normal. But I'll take it. I mean, we celebrate normal here, right? Quietly, without drawing attention. Especially if the deep is nearby, he tends to ask follow-up questions. And sometimes those questions are not relevant. Sorry, anyway, professional. Back to you. How are you feeling now? Generally? Not a big answer, just 1 or 2 words. Good. Good, that's fine. That's completely fine. You don't need to feel fully back to yourself yet. You just need to feel settled. And you are. More than when you first came in. I can definitely see it. Your breathing slowed, your expression is calmer. You're not gripping the edge of the bed anymore. That's progress. Oh, let me just adjust the blanket over you. There. Are you warm enough? Good. The rooms here can be a bit cold. I mean, officially it's for equipment stability. Unofficially, I think Vought just enjoys making everything feel slightly like a boardroom. I'm going to check your pulse again. Same as before, just relax your hand. Good. Steady, very steady. I'm happy with that. Now, I did notice something interesting. You're recovering faster than expected, which around here means one of 3 things. 1, you're just very resilient. 2, you've had compound V exposures somewhere in your history. Or 3, you're about to tell me not to write that down. Alright. I won't ask too many questions. That's not my department. My department is keeping you comfortable and making sure you leave this room feeling better than when you entered. And we are doing that. So, well done us. Mostly you. I'm just going to make sure this dressing still looks settled. Good. Everything's in place. No issue, no fuss, just steady care. You're doing really well. Now, about the incident, you don't need to talk about it in detail. Sometimes going over it too much keeps the body switched on. And we want the opposite. We want you coming down from it. So we'll keep things simple. It happened. It's over. You're here now. You're being looked after. Everything else can wait. That includes statements, press, security questions, and anyone from brand management trying to ask whether you describe the experience as empowering. If they come in, I'll pretend you're asleep. You're welcome. Okay, I'm just going to check your hand response. Just squeeze my fingers gently. Good. And release. Perfect. Other hand, squeeze and release. Excellent. Everything is responding nicely. No concern, no rush. You can let your hands rest again. That's it. I'm going to dim this light slightly. There. Much better. A bit less interrogation room and a bit more medical recovery suite. Although branding would prefer I say wellness environment, but there are limits. Just let your eyes rest. You don't have to close them fully unless you want to. I'll keep talking quietly. You can drift a little, that's fine. You're not required to stay fully switched on. You're safe here. Doors closed. Privacy screen is on. No cameras in this room. Well, no medical cameras. Let's not think too hard about Vought architecture. The important part is that you're safe. And I'm here. Right, I'm just going to go over some simple aftercare now. Nothing complicated. This is just so you know what happens next. For the next little while, you stay here. Rest. Have small sips of water. Quiet room. No sudden movements, no heroic speeches, no dramatic exits. I know that's difficult in this building, but try. If anyone comes in asking questions, you can let me answer first. You don't owe anyone any immediate explanation. Not even if they're wearing a very expensive suit and smiling too hard. Especially then, actually. Your priority is recovery. That's it. Very simple, very reasonable. Almost suspiciously humane for Vought. I know. But we do have moments. How's the room feeling now? Warm enough? Light already? Good. I'll keep it like this. You're looking much more settled now. I'm going to check your pulse one more time. This is mostly for my peace of mind. And because repeating calm checks is apparently frowned upon less than standing here silently. Lovely. Still steady. Exactly where we want it. I'm going to update your chart. Patient, alert, settled, responding well. Unusual regenerative presentation. No, relax. I'll phrase it more gently. Recovery progressing efficiently. Phew, there. Corporate safe. Medical enough. Nobody panics. Everyone wins. You know, I will say, if Homelander was involved, and you are sitting here this calm afterwards, that says something about you, in a good way. Not many people manage that, so give yourself a little credit. Quietly, internally. No need to put it on a poster. Though Vought might. Resilience, sponsored by Vought. Sorry, I'll stop. Mostly. Let's get you another sip of water. Good, very good. Small sips are better. No rushing. Okay, I'm just going to check your arm again. The one that had a brief difference of opinion with your shoulder. Okay, that's reattached. Right. Lovely, that's not something I get to see every day. Actually, no, that's not true. I do work here. Still. Well done. Range of motion looks good. You don't need to show off just a tiny movement. Good. That's enough. You don't have to prove anything. You're already the most interesting chart on my desk. And I mean that professionally. I'm just going to place the support wrap around it, more for comfort than anything else. Just around here. Gentle, not tight. There. And again. Good. This is mostly to remind you not to use it too much straight away. Even if your body can do unusual things, rest is still very useful. Very annoying, I know, but useful. There, that's secure. How does that feel? Comfortable? Good, that's what I want. Everything we're doing now is about helping your body stay settled. No pressure, no sudden demands, just quiet support. You can let your head rest back. Good. That's it. You're doing really well. I'm just going to sit here for a moment and observe. Wait, no, not in a creepy way. In a medical way. There's a difference. Mostly paperwork. Your breathing is nice and even. Shoulders are lower, face looks calmer. That's good. That tells me your body believes this room is safe, which it is. That's important. Sometimes after a high-stress incident, the body keeps expecting more noise, more movement, more impact. But there isn't any now. It's quiet, it's over, you're here, and you're allowed to come down from it. No one needs anything from you in this moment. Not the 7, not Vought, not security, not legal, not PR, and definitely not the deep. Just rest. That's your job. And honestly, it's a good one. You're settling really nicely, it seems. I'm just going to check your eyes one last time before I let you properly rest. Soft light again, nothing bright. There. Follow slowly. Good. And back. Perfect. Everything looks steady. You're doing exactly as you should. I'm happy with this. Very happy. I'll stay nearby for a while. If you need anything, I'll hear you. If anyone comes in too loudly, I'll redirect them. Politely, of course, professionally. With the quiet authority of someone who knows where the good sedatives are kept. That was a joke. Mostly. Before I let you drift, a few simple instructions, okay? Stay resting here for now. Keep the wrap on. Again, small sips of water, no interviews, no demonstrations of your ability, no trying to test whether your arm can do that thing again. I know curiosity is natural, but please resist it. Let everything remain boring for a while. Boring is excellent. Boring means stable. And boring means I can finish my shift without any more issues. And that would mean a lot to me. You've done really well, genuinely. I know this building can make everything feel bigger than it is. The logos, the suits, the screens, the heroes, the noise. But in here, right now, it's just this. You're resting, me checking, everything calming down. That's all. And that's enough. You're safe. You're settled. You're being looked after. Let your eyes close if you want. I'll keep my voice low. You don't need to answer anything else. Just listen, breathe, rest. There, the blanket's sitting better now. The room is quiet. The lights are low. The door is closed. You've got time. Nothing needs to happen quickly. Not now. If you start drifting, that's perfectly alright. I'll be here. And if Homelander comes looking for a statement, I'll tell him you're unavailable. Very respectably. From a very safe distance. Anyway, rest now. You're alright. Everything is under control. Vought has you. And more importantly, for the next little while, so do I.